us a walking from the travel of Oh, okay. That was. Oh, y'all got my backside. How about that? That was not nice for people to wake up to at 5 o'clock in the morning.
You got to pay extra for that.
You do have to pay. Good morning, Dan.
Good
How are you doing?
morning.
This
Good.
is Dan Stewart. Dan's with. Lord, I forgot already. Oh, Sage of Promo. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Awake.
You look wide and awake. You got some sleep?
I got some sleep.
Some?
Some sleep.
How many hours?
2.
2.
And I wasn't even here. I mean,
What were you doing? You was out till.
I
Okay.
say nothing.
I ain't my lips are sealed.
I'm
But
here.
they can't be sealed because I have to interview you. First of all, introduce yourself.
My name is Dan. I use he, him pronouns. I am the program coordinator, Sage of Promo Fun, older adult programming throughout the state of Missouri for LGBT older adults.
So tell us what exactly is Sage of Promo Fund.
So STAGE stands for Services and Advocacy for GLBT Elders. It was started in the 1970s by a social worker student that was probably in their 30s or so that saw there are all these older LGBT adults that we aren't noticing, that need attention, that need help, and are awesome humans for us to develop relationships with. And so that started a national organization in which back in 2008, Cheryl Whalen started SAGE of Metro St. Louis here in St. Louis as an affiliate of that national SAGE. And at that time, it was the 8th affiliate back in 2008. Fast forward now, where now we are one of, I believe, 39 affiliates across the state. And 2 years ago, joined forces with Promo, so now we're a statewide SAGE affiliate, and actually one of about 3 SAGEs that cover an entire state.
Okay, that's awesome. So what got you interested in LGBT aging?
So I think like a lot of LGBTQ folks, you know, growing up, I didn't have any models or mentors. You know, I unfortunately grew up in a straight family. I feel very sorry for them, but that was their experience. And, you know, they tried the best that they can, right? But when I came out as queer, it was okay because we could ignore that. But when I came out as trans, growing up in a Southern Texan Catholic family was a no-go, you know. So I lost that connection to my family. And so as I was growing up and living in St. Louis, I had this opportunity to meet LGBTQ folks of all different ages. And I was able to kind of find these parents and grandparents of folks that had gone before me and lived in times that were a lot scarier. You know, that's scary to say in and of itself,
Right.
you know, when they were growing up. Okay. And so I've been really interested as a personal level and really recognizing and lifting up the voices of those that came before us. And then also I am a researcher and really enjoy that whole data number sort of thing, because I think in order to count, you have to be able to be counted. And so there's a lot that we don't know about LGBT older adults that I want to help bring to the rest of the world.
Okay. So what kind of programs does Sage Fund have for our wonderful seniors that we have?
Yeah, so at Sage of Promo Fund, we do both services and advocacy, right? So advocacy is first and foremost, so I do a lot of trainings all across the state, from state providers, hospital systems, nursing homes, service providers, student groups, and then we also do kind of social programming as well. So we have kicked off this year with our intergenerational dinner called Sage Table that was hosted here at Pride Center, which was a really cool event in May, where we had people literally from every decade, 18 all the way to, I believe, 80, 84. So it was able to bring all these people together to have a meal. So we've done continuations of a separate club. We have our Lunch and Learn series where we have lunch at MCC down in Soulard. Someone comes in and does a program of some sort. We also do kind of a social casual lunch at Mocha Bees on Tuesdays. And we've recently started adding happy hour, because who doesn't like a little happy hour?
True.
And are going to be seeing a lot of cool new programming over this next coming year.
Okay. Now, are there age limits or requirements to become a member of Sage?
They're not. I mean, it's really for those who consider themselves more mature or You know, there really isn't a set guideline. I really like to focus on intergenerational programming because, you know, we're all going to age.
Yes.
Hopefully, I mean, we don't want to, but you know, the way to actually live a long life involves that aging process. So we're kind of here for everyone to educate those that are aging themselves or that have an aging parent, friend, spouse, partner, and want to know more.
So what ways can multiple generations engage with LGBT aging issues?
I think really it's a matter of recognizing that LGBT older adults exist, that you know, this movement that we're a part of is more than just the last 10 years, the last 20 years, that it's, you know, it's been an ongoing journey with a lot of folks that, you know, risked on a national level and a very in-your-face level the discrimination and stigma that we see today. And so I think part of that is lifting up the voices, recognizing that, like, oh, like, I exist, so that means that there's probably people that existed like me before me. And also just making sure that when we do any sort of work, whether it be, you know, service providing, support, that sort of thing, that we kind of come in with a lens of intersectionality. So, you know, this idea that we all have different lenses and not just, you know, think in terms of, you know, regional location, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, but also include that age component, right? And recognize, like, look at the people around us. Is everyone around us the same age? What are ways that we can kind of engage? And part of that is, you know, reaching out to those people that in your community that you know and have been around for a while. Or, you know, hit me up if you want to volunteer and go out to dinner. I'm cool with that too. I'll always take volunteers.
Okay, because that was my next question.
Yeah.
How does someone volunteer with SAGE?
Yeah, so they can contact me at dan@promoonline.com. And I'm sorry, .org, and you know, connect with me. We do lots of volunteer opportunities, whether it's, you know, coming to the office or doing something, or wanting to volunteer at one of our lunches or a dinner. You know, really anyone who has an interest in aging or has an interest in getting involved, we're happy to find a way that will work for them.
Well, that's good. So tell me what some events that SAGE has coming up that people could participate in or go to.
So this coming month, we have our last Lunch and Learn of the year. We're kind of winding down for the end of the year. So the third Wednesday of the month, which I believe is December 20th, from 11 until 1 o'clock at MCC, we'll be having our Lunch and Learn series, in which we'll be just doing kind of a holiday community gathering of sorts. So there won't necessarily be a specific program. It'll be more about, let's come together, let's talk, let's engage, and get to know one another and kind of plan for the next year and see what people want to do.
So this is only for seniors?
No, it's open to anyone. Yeah.
Okay. So now I understand that you are really into yoga.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got started in yoga and what interests you about yoga.
Yeah, so I became a yoga instructor over the last year or so through a yoga teacher training through Yoga Buzz. And I had tried yoga in the past and really enjoyed it, but also it really stressed me out because a lot of yoga in the past is typically that I've done has been very gendered. And I was like, listen to your female energy, listen to, I don't know, it got really weird really fast. And so for me, even though the whole point of it and the exercise was to make me present in my body, it was making me present in a body that I did not feel comfortable in. And so I really had to challenge myself to sit in that discomfort, and yoga was a way to really work on being present in my body, you know, prior to hormones, prior to transitioning, prior to, you know, any steps that I've taken to align stuff with how I feel. And, you know, I just kind of stuck with it. And when this opportunity came to become a yoga instructor, it's this concept of, okay, if we want to bring yoga to people, we need to have yoga teachers that look like the communities that they're trying to reach, right? We can't all be like this typical yoga student that you can imagine on like the yoga magazine, right? And so it's been a really cool opportunity to learn how to use this skill and combine it with things that I'm really passionate about, which is, you know, working within my own community of the LGBTQ community, as well as bringing it to those with dementia. So I do a lot of work with older adults,
Okay.
and I do some yoga classes at different communities and
Okay.
nursing homes with people with dementia. So it's been a really cool opportunity to engage with lots of different folks, hopefully give them an opportunity to just relax and take a break from the day, kind of call themselves back into their bodies and kind of guide them in a gentle way to do that. I mean, sometimes there's some push-ups involved. I'm not going to say it's super gentle all the time.
That's to say.
I want you to hate me a little bit in my yoga class, but not too much that you won't come back.
I can never see you being mean as a yoga instructor.
It's not mean. It maybe is more sadistic, but it's not mean.
Oh, so we see in the side of you in yoga class, we would naturally
No,
see
we
them?
won't be doing as many push-ups in this as some of my other classes.
Oh, so now you're going to do a yoga demonstration.
I
for us.
am. Yeah, I'm going to do a yoga class, kind of walk you through the whole thing. And it'll just be, it's bright and early. Well, not quite bright. It's still dark outside. Why are we awake right now? And
Because we had time to feel.
no, it's,
I'm just kidding.
it's okay. I'll take
Okay,
the 5 a.m. side.
normally, what time do you get up and do yoga in the morning?
So, just gonna.
I know.
Well, I
I'm
know.
sorry. Don't sue me because I ain't got no money.
No. So typically in the morning classes, 6 a.m. slot sort of thing, you'll do a series of movements called sun salutations, and it's a way to like awaken the body, welcome the day. You will never find me at that class because I will be asleep as the sun is coming
Did you say
up.
a sun salutation?
Sun salutation.
My sun salutation is pulling the covers over and hitting that snooze button for another 10 minutes. So typically, you say the best time is 6 a.m.?
Well, I'm not saying the best time.
Okay.
The time in the morning, it's kind of the way that you awaken your body, awaken the sun. So
Okay.
I'll show you some different kinds of sun salutations today.
Okay.
Of ways that you can kind of stretch the body, wake the body, get some energy going before you start. It is a good way to start the day. I typically like sleep. So I skip those classes and we'll do them at like the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock slot. A little bit more reasonable time for me. But the sun salutations, no matter where you are in the world, is a set of series and movements. And typically, if you're going to do all of them, it's 108. So forget about the rest of the people that are coming in. I have like a solid 8 hours booked.
That's why. Cancel everybody else. Dan's going to be here for the rest
I'm
of
ready.
the
I'm done.
All right.
Give me all the money. Yeah.
No, we need all the money.
Oh, no,
So-
no. I would, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Yes, yes.
So are you ready to go over there and do a little?
I
you cleared
guess
the area
so.
over there. We have carpet and you brought your yoga mat.
I brought a mat.
Unfortunately, I forgot my yoga mat.
Don't
And
worry.
no, I understand you can't do yoga without a yoga mat.
I'll guide you in how to do a headstand later. How about that? We'll make up for it.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
It is family friendly, so maybe not.
No,
All right, all right.
that's
fine,
not.
that's
I, as you can tell, exercise is not my forte. So, but you know, I'm interested to see. So, do you meditate while you do yoga, or is it just?
I like to do a guided meditation. I enjoy kind of sitting and thinking too much sometimes. So in yoga, I kind of like the idea that you can have body movements that kind of guide you through that process.
Okay.
So
Do you like hot yoga?
I do actually.
Do you
yeah,
really?
it's probably that sadistic part of me.
Well,
Yeah, my favorite yoga class does a lot of push-ups and is in a heated room.
so the heated room is.
It's supposed to kind of loosen up the muscles, help you kind of sweat out toxins
So
and
how
impurities.
hot is it in that room?
This one's only 85. Some of the other rooms go up to like 100 and something, but
That's called
That's-
pass out yoga.
yeah,
Right there, I would.
no.
Have you ever taken one of those classes? Like what is
No, no, I know my limit. I grew up in Texas, so like I've been in heat. I'm kind of done with it. So
Right.
85 is probably as good as I'll
it?
go.
Okay, all right. So let's move over here
All
so we
right.
can set you up your yoga mat.
Okay.
Now, if there's anyone in our studio audience that wants to do yoga with Dan, please help yourself.
No.
No, everybody's like, no.
All right, all right, all right.
You forgot.
I'm on my
Everybody's
own.
like, oh, we forgot them. Oh, everybody forgot their
I
mats.
know. I feel like there was a lot more people here, and now everyone disappeared. Oh, my phone locked.
Your phone. Oh, yes, you have your own music.
I mean, we can have the DJ go too again.
He took his equipment and left, sadly.
He's gone already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a chorus of disappointment. Oh. Who? everybody. So if we know you were going to do yoga in advance,
So it's
we
a
all brought
knockout.
our mats.
I bet
Dang the
there's-
bad luck.
I mean, we have a nice little.
Don't push it. No.
And this is just going on shuffle?
Just play, not necessarily. If you just push the first song.
So good.
All
I'm
right.
going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. What am I looking at? Anywhere, the audience. Hello. Welcome to yoga. My name is Dan, as Diana said, and I'm here to kind of walk with you for the next 30 minutes of taking some time for you, taking some time in the morning to kind of settle in, or the afternoon or the evening, whenever you get around to this video, to really just kind of call yourself within kind of your own mind, within your own heart. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and actually just sit down in a comfortable space. You can have your feet out in front of you, hands to your side. And I call you to bring your head over your heart over your hips. We're just going to take a moment just to be. Calling attention to the breath, whether you're down on the ground, standing, sitting. And I want you to set an intention for today's practice. I think for me today, my word is present. And I kind of challenge other people to be present. As I was saying, often in yoga, I would be called into the practice, but the idea of being present in my body that I didn't feel comfortable in or feel like was right or whatever words you want to use for it was often hard. But it's necessary to be present in order to move forward. So we'll just kind of take the time together to work towards that goal. All right. So I'm going to invite you to take your pointer fingers, and we're going to do rainbow breathing, because we like to keep it queer. But also, this is a good way to get air to circulate throughout our bodies, re-energize. So we're going to take our right hand, close our right nostril, breathe in through our left nostril, hold, switch fingers, and exhale through the right. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. All right. Again, find yourself a comfortable seat. Wake up our spine a little bit. If you've been sitting for a long time, if you have a really cheap mattress like I do, it's a good thing to do in the morning. Go ahead and breathe in, raise our hands up, interloop those fingers, and we'll lean to our right, up to the center, and now to our left. Back up again, release those arms. Again, raise the arms up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers as we go to the right. Up to the center, and now to the left. Come back up. Relax those arms. Go ahead and take your hands, place them on your knees. Do some cat-cows. Bring your chin up to the ceiling, chest forward like you're very proud, shoulders back for our cow pose. And now bring the chin to the chest, bring in the belly to the back of your spine. Roll those shoulders forward like you're a black cat. We're going to do opposite movements here. Chin up to the ceiling, chest forward, shoulders back. Feel a little stretch in that spine. And again, the opposite, chin to the chest, bringing the belly back like a bowl, bringing those shoulders forward. One last time, chin up to the ceiling, chest forward, shoulders back, squeeze those shoulder blades together for a greater stretch along the chest. And again, chin to the chest, bringing the belly back to the spine, rolling those shoulders forward. All right. Should feel hopefully a little bit loosening up. Take your arms out to the side. We're going to take our right hand, bring it behind us, our left hand to our right knee. Get a little bit of a spine twist. Try to stretch the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Coming back around and now to the opposite side. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Back to the center. Again to our right. Now again to our left. Try to keep those shoulders away from the ear. Last time to our right. Taking our left hand to our right knee, right hand behind us. And one last time. All right. Do any movements of the spine before we get back up. All right. We're going to move on to our sun salutations. I'll do it sideways so you can see me. That'll be helpful. All right. We're really going to focus in on our breath to our movement through this series. So go find a space in the center of your mat. Make sure your feet are firmly on the ground, hands to your side, Tadasana, head up to the ceiling. We're going to inhale those arms up, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend at the waist, reach down to the ground. If it's too uncomfortable to reach down to the ground, you can reach to your lower leg, bend the knees, or even up and open up those legs a little bit. Next, put your hands on your thighs, extend the crown of the head forward, squeeze those shoulder blades for a halfway lift. Again, relax as we go back down to the mat. Walk your hands a little bit forward, bring your knees back and down to tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale as we look up to the ceiling once more, drop the stomach to the ground for our cow pose, and then chin to the chest, arch the back. Very attractive name poses. And one last time, just take that movement on your own pace. All right. Stay here and extend the arms out for puppy. If you feel comfortable enough, tuck the toes, bring up the hips to plank. Top of a push-up. We're gonna stay in this push-up position. Slowly lower your body down to the ground. Chest forward, shoulders back to cobra. Lower your body all the way down to the mat. Push yourself up back to tabletop. Again, stay here, extend the arms for puppy. Or, if you're feeling comfortable, tuck the toes, bring the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. You can walk out your dog a little bit if your hamstrings are tight today. Come back to tabletop. Again, we'll bring our chin up to the chest, up, shoulders back, and again, chin to the chest, arching the back. Step forward on your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold. Lift up, hands on thighs, head forward, halfway lift. Bend at the waist, again, forward fold. Focus on relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, all the way up. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times, a little faster this time. Inhale, arms up, stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, bend all the way down to the ground. Take a breath. Extend the crown of the head forward, hands on thighs or shins for halfway lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades around the spine. Exhale, bend down to the waist, all the way down at the ground. Bring your knees down, find yourself in tabletop position. Again, chin up to the ceiling, chest forward for cow pose. Chin down, arch the back for cat. Stay here if this is comfortable, or move on to plank. From plank pose, slowly lower your body safely down to the ground. Chest forward, shoulders back to the cobra. Breathe here. Push yourself back up into tabletop. Tuck the toes, bring the hips up and back for downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. Go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down to center. One last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend at the waist for a forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins or thighs for halfway lift. Exhale, bend at the waist, mats and hands meet. Bring those knees back to tabletop. We'll do our cow pose. Switching over to cat. Come back to a neutral spine. Find yourself in plank or stay in tabletop, gently lowering the body down to the ground. Chin forward, chest forward. Take a breath. Come back up to tabletop. Go ahead and find yourself in child's pose, bringing those hips back to the heels. From this position, we're going to tuck the toes, bring the hips back and up for downward facing dog for 3 more breaths. When you're ready, walk your feet up to your hands. Find yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, we're going to bring our seat back into chair, raising those arms up. Inhale again, all the way straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend at the waist once more to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, down to ground once more. Find yourself in tabletop. Stay here, lower yourself, or bring back those feet behind you again to plank. Lower the body down to the ground. Chin, chest forward. Come back to tabletop. From here, we're actually going to take our right leg, bring it forward. Take your hands on either side of that foot. You can stay here if this feels comfortable, or you can lift up that back knee, spin that heel back. We're setting up our foundation for Warrior One. Once you find balance, keeping that knee not past the ankle but above it, we're going to inhale and raise those arms up. Keeping again those shoulder blades away from the ears and back. Take some time in this stance to feel the strength in your legs, the strength of your arms, or in this case, the lack thereof. I can feel that. And breathe. On your next breath, relax, put those hands back down to the mat. Bring that left foot to the front. And again, find yourself in forward fold. Hands to shins or thighs, shoulders away from the ears, halfway lift. Relax once more down to the ground. Knees behind you, tabletop. Find yourself in plank or a tabletop. Gently lower yourself down to the ground. Chin forward, chest forward, cobra. Push yourself back up to tabletop. From this position, we're going to take our left leg. Bring it forward, hands on both sides. Again, stay here and lift, or lift up that back knee, rotate that heel, and lift back up. Relax those arms. Bring that right foot up to your left. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale back down to the ground. Find yourself in tabletop. Take a breath in. Bring those back, your feet into a plank position. Gently lower yourself down to the ground. Chest forward, chin forward, cobra. Push yourself back up to tabletop. From here, we're gonna actually bring those hips all the way back, stretch those hands forward to puppy. When you're ready, come back up to tabletop. Tuck those toes in, hips up and back for downward facing dog. When you're ready, and whatever way you are, bring those feet up to the hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold once more. Big inhale as we raise our hands up to the ceiling, holding them side by our head. Exhale, bring the seat back as if you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend at the waist. Take a breath. Extend the crown of the head forward, hands on shins or knees. Halfway lift. Exhale down to the ground once more. Bring your knees back into tabletop. We're going to take our right leg once more up to the front. Holding this place if this feels good. If you want a little bit more, tuck the toes, spin that heel, find your space and lift up. And relax, bring those hands down, back to the mat. Bring that left foot up to the front. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And again, hands down to the mat. Bring those feet back behind us. Tabletop. We're gonna take our left leg, bring it out in front. From this position, push off, rotate the leg. Find your stance and reach up high. Relax the hands down to the mat. Bring that right foot forward, the top of your sticky mat. Relax the body in a forward fold. Inhale, crown of the head forward. Exhale down to the ground, knees down to tabletop. Tuck the toes into plank position. Lower yourself down to the ground. Chin forward, chest forward. I just had top surgery revision, but my masculinity is making me do this, / I really love it. So don't do this at home. Disclaimer, don't have a top surgery revision 2 weeks ago and do this. It's fine. We're fine. And downward facing dog. When you're ready, walk your hands and your feet together. Inhale, arms up, hands together. Exhale down to center. When you're ready, go ahead and come down to your mat. You're gonna lay down on your back. See, I don't even need a hot yoga class. I'm just gonna sweat it out all here. All right. All the impurities. All right. We're gonna walk our heels back to the tips of our fingers. Your legs can be together, apart, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're gonna do a bridge pose, or set up for bridge pose. We're gonna bring up our hips up to the ceiling, tuck that tailbone in, bring our spine up to the ceiling and back. If you want, you can take your hands, interlace the fingers, roll those shoulders in, and breathe. Release the fingers, gently lower your spine. We'll do that 2 more times. Again, heels to the tips of your fingers. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, tuck the tailbone, bring in the hips up to the ceiling, interlacing those fingers underneath. And relax. One last time. Hip up to the ceiling, bringing in that spine up to the ceiling, remembering to breathe along the way. And relax. We're gonna go ahead and bring those knees up. We're gonna take our right knee, hug it close to our body, take our left leg, lay it gently on the mat. We're gonna take our left hand, grab our right knee and pull it across our body, getting an outer hip stretch. And take that right arm and look to your right. Come back up to the center, hugging both knees. We're going to release the right leg, stretch it, place that heel down on the ground, bringing our left leg close. Take our right hand to our left knee and gently pull the knee across our body. You can stay here if you'd like. Look to the left side. Come back up to the center. We'll do that one more time. On each side. Extending that left leg down, squeezing that right leg into you. Left hand on your right knee, pulling it across your body. And now with our left. Right hand to the left knee, across the body. Bring both knees in. Go ahead and rock a little bit back on your spine, up and down and side to side. Squeeze those knees in and do whatever movements you need as we get ready for our resting poses. When you're ready, find yourself a comfortable space on your mat. We're going to take some time just to breathe. Focus in on your breaths as they enter your body. Exhale deeply through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One last time together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale slowly through the mouth. And I invite you to close your eyes or to find a spot on the ceiling or wherever you are to soften your gaze. And in that moment, we're just going to quiet ourselves, quiet our thoughts, always bringing ourselves back to our breath in and out, feeling the air go through our lungs and escape it. To be present doesn't just mean to be present in a room, to be present in a meeting, to be present in your relationship. It also means to be present to yourself. So in this moment, I just invite you to be present to yourself. When you're ready, go ahead and start adding some small movement into your fingers and into your toes. Slowly open your eyes or refocus them. Reach your arms overhead, stretching up, and your toes stretching in the opposite direction. One deep breath in. From here, slowly roll to one side or the other, doesn't matter. Stay here for a brief moment. Get your bearings, but also be present to your body and what it feels like on the ground. The hand on the ground or the carpet. And when you're ready, push up and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Take a moment to center yourself once more. A lot of the moves that we did today were on the mat, but a lot of the principles, a lot of the breathing we can take with us wherever we go. I always like to end my classes with some sort of quote, something to kind of think about that hopefully speaks to you as you move on. This morning we did sun salutations and this idea that every day the sun sets and rises, that we kind of begin anew. So there's this quote by Rupi Kaur, who is a woman of color, amazing poet. And one of her poems says, if you were born with the weakness to fall, you were born with the strength to rise. I think that's an important lesson for all of us, because no matter the capacity, no matter queer, trans, cis, whatever, we all know the truths of failing, and we all know the truths of rising again. So I invite you just to sit with that, close your eyes, take some deep breaths together. We'll do 2 together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Invite you now to inhale those arms all the way up. Hands together in prayer hands. Exhale them down to our heart center. I want to thank you here for being with us here today, bright early in the morning. But I appreciate you taking the time for you and the time to be present. So as I like to end each class with saying that the light and teacher in me honors and sees the light and teacher in each and every one of you. So I end today's class with namaste. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Dan, for that wonderful
Yeah.
sun salutation sunrise yoga.
So are you ready? Let's do it.
I'm ready for breakfast.
The sun has come. Why is the
Well,
sun not out? Isn't the
because-
sun up at this time?
No.
No, obviously I'm not up at this time, so I know nothing. What time does it come up? 6? All right, let's do this again. Replay the music. Yeah, no.
The sun comes up about 6:30, 7.
All right.
You know, but no, thank
Thanks
you
for
very much.
having me.
That was
Yeah.
very relaxing.
Yes,
It-
thank
it was
you.
so relaxing. I went in the back and took a nap, but
Good,
it was
good, good.
it was very good. Thank you very much.
We all have our different forms of asana practice, right? So
Yes.
your practice is a little bit falling asleep, and
Yes.
that's what your body needs.
That my body just needed a good 15 minutes, and it got it.
Solid,
So thank you
solid.
very much.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I thought we was gonna do like the turtle dog move or what are those things are called? You know, where you stand on one leg. All
Oh,
those yoga
yeah.
poses, or what's that? The
crow.
The crow and the turtle
Yeah.
and all those.
Well, let's see. We got some rope here. So we
Oh,
could
hey,
probably,
hey.
you
This
know,
is not that
make
kind
it
of
work.
telethon.
I don't know. I feel like this whole interview I've come across as a little weird.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. No, we can do some aerial yoga.
Okay.
Is there such thing, or did I just had to make that up?
No, there is. Actually, there's an
Oh.
aerial studio right where Promo's located, by
Okay.
the way.
That's awesome. So again, thank you for coming
Thank you
this
so much
morning
for
and sharing your
having me.
yoga
Yeah,
with us.
for sure.
So, give it up for Dan Stewart one more time. So, I have a total. It's $7,050. We'll clap for that. So, so this means what? That we're going to have to kick this telethon and get it going. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take about, a 3, 4, 10-minute break. We're going to reset the stage so we can come with our Trans AM morning program with myself, Sayer, and Lady Ashley. So those of you who are sleeping, guess what? Your sleepy time is over. We're going to crank up some music. We're going to get this place hopping and jopping again. But the main thing is that I actually survived the night because I get up every day at 6. So now it's time for me to get up. So you know what? I always say, if I'm up, everyone's up. If I'm up, everyone's up. So guess what? Everybody's fixing to be up. So y'all got about 10 more minutes of snooze time, and then we're going to kick this off again, and we're going to make this goal, aren't we? We're going to make our goal of $10,000, right? Yeah. Right. You're going to get on the website. You're going to give us a call. You're going to get on the Facebook. You're going to give us your money so that people in our community that need our services can get our services. So I'm getting ramped up. I'm going to get me some coffee. We're going to come back with some more telethon. All right. Yes. Woo!